What's going on, Bakucrew? It's BakuBread96 here with the final match of my Bakugan Evolutions themed tournament, Mono Haos versus Mono Ventus. I did not expect these two decks to be the last ones standing in my first tournament, but overall it was a lot of fun to make, and I am glad to finally have gameplay on the channel as far as the Bakugan Pro game goes. But going ahead and starting off, this is turn 1. We do both play an energy. I am going with Nelius, my opponent with Nelius also. We both miss. What a wonderful start to the final match, right? Epic finals. And lining up for the reroll, my opponent on that spin shoot. I with the normal spin. We both land it perfectly. That was a lot better than the first roll. So here I pick up the orange shield, which gives Haos and Ventus plus 400. My opponent is going to get a plus 150 B power. I'm in the lead here, and I am going to take it. Nothing my opponent can play turn 1. And that is going to be 6 damage coming in from my Nelius. But my opponent is going to play Venom Blast to kind of counter that. So it's going to take away -4, which means I'm only dealing 2 damage. And that's it for round 1. Or turn 1, I should say. Now it's going to be turn 2. We are both going to play an energy here, obviously. No reason why we both wouldn't. I'm going with Blitzfox. My opponent is going to go with the Ventus Dragonoid. Here my opponent is going to opt for a Marble Shoot. I am going to try my best at just a normal rolling technique. I miss anyway. So does my opponent. So that wasn't a waste of time, I suppose. Just adjusting the field here. Lining up the shot. I'm going to try a different angle. And I do land it. That is really good. No one wants to see a bunch of missing in a row. I do grab a Helix on my Blitzfox. So that is going to be 1000 B power, because I have the plus 500 B power with the -1 damage. But I am going to play Flash Attack for plus 5. Just getting a little more damage here. I do believe that is 9 damage coming through. Really good there. If you all noticed, I did hit both of my opponent's Repel Outsiders. Those are really good flip cards to just burn away, as well as that Baku gear there at the end. So 2 turns, very straightforward. I managed to get in a lot of damage right away. Aside from the Venom Blast that was played on me by the opponent, that was a pretty good set of turns. Moving straight into turn 3. Obviously, this was a rather quick match. I do want to thank all of my viewers for watching this series. It was a first for the channel. And as excited as I was to roll it out, I definitely know there are things I can improve on. And I just want you all to know that the next tournament series, there will be improvements, and I promise it will be way better. This was kind of just the first shot at it. But anyway, with the blabbing aside, here is turn 3. I missed the roll with Platinum Colossus. My opponent is going to pick up with the Ventus Sectonoid the plus 50 B power, plus 1 damage, and -1 on Baku Gear Green Fist. So a lot of damage coming through if my opponent had won. But I am going to drop the Haos Hyenix here, which overall very epic. Definitely love being able to play Geogon. One thing I haven't been able to play a whole lot in this tournament, nor my opponent, were the Nanogon cards. But here we go, the Hyenix, card length above the Matrix. As much as I hate doing that, it is the rules. Hyenix did not pick up a single core here. But with 1800 B power, I'm not worried. My opponent does pull out a Ventus Fortitude to give me minus 500. So I still have 1300 B power here. My opponent does get to draw one, but still doesn't matter. Turn 3, there's just not like anything my opponent can do really. Hyanix does have the Victor team attack, so here that comes. Very nice here, a lot of damage. North of 10, I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember Hyanix's. But I know Blitzfox was 5 with the -1 from the core, so that's 4, and Nelius is 6. Hitting a lot of good cards off the opponent's deck, and there they all go. So 2 Geogon right out of the way. An excellent turn. Those team attacks are devastating in the TCG. And they can certainly clutch a game or lose a game, depending on whether you're in the dealing end of it or the receiving end of it. But while the cleanup step proceeds and we just get ready for the next round, I do want to ask the Bakucrew, if I were to do a new tournament, or when I do the next tournament, what should the theme be? Should it be Battle Planet themed, meaning the first year of the reboot? Should it be like Fusion themed with Armored Alliance, or even Geogun Rising themed? Or a mixture of all the years of the reboot? Just really interested to know what you all would want to see, which Bakugan you would want to see go head-to-head in different deck profiles. But turn 4, we are both going to roll Nelius again. We both land. But yeah, so any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. My Haos Nelius is going to pick up the Green Fist plus 50, plus 1 damage, and then the -1 or 2 on the Baku gear. My opponent is going to get the plus 400 Magic Shield with the -2 battle gear, or -2 energy to the Baku gear, not battle gear. I'm going to play a Drum Wave for 4, which is going to attach a Magic Shield from the field to my Bakugan. This one also is a plus 400, and then minus for the Baku gear. But because I do have a Magic Shield now, I am going to use my Nanogon. Ironic, I was just saying we didn't use those enough earlier on in the video, and here I am playing one. But I am comboing off here. That does steal the opposing Bakugan's Baku Core, so I'm going to take the other Magic Shield. And not done yet, because that takes away a lot of energy off of my Baku gear. I am going to play a Light Burst Cannon for free here, because if you look at all the Bakugan, that does take off enough energy. So 1 Nelius, amazing combo. Here comes the damage. Armor rating does eat up a good bit of it, but gotta admit that combo was epic to pull off. And there is a Nanogon card in play, or in action, I suppose. Finally, one was used. So I do take that win. Here I'm just folding up my opponent's Nelius, getting everything ready for the next turn. Contemplating the use of energy here, I do play another one. Turn 5, 5 energy. Me and my opponent both have 5 energy. I'm going with Blitzfox again. My opponent leading with the Dragonoid. We both try multiple rolling techniques throughout this series just to make things more entertaining and also to practice. I don't know about all of you, but the new metal in the Platinum Bakugan, it's definitely takes some learning, or getting used to, I guess, because it's a lot different than the really light plastic core Bakugan. Here we go for the reroll because we did both miss there. And my opponent did a cool spin. I mean, it would have been epic if it had landed, but it missed and knocked me away. So Lots of rolling over and over again. Very boring. Not a lot of fun. Gonna try again here. And the roll. So my opponent does land it. I almost kind of waver back to that green fist, but not enough. So I miss for a change. My opponent does land it with the Dragonoid. That is 4 or 5 damage coming in. I don't know if that's a minus or a plus on that Helix score. Don't quite remember. Regardless though, I didn't open, so my opponent is going to come in and play a Shield Breaker, giving them plus 6 damage, and that's going to ignore armor rating on my cards. So that is a total of 10 damage coming in. But I do flip a Stand Together. That was huge. For 4, I get to stop that attack, and I'm very glad I pulled that, because part of the Haos deck's theme was Bakugan cards, and armor rating does play into that strategy quite a bit, because that does soak up a lot more damage than you would think. Moving on into the next turn, however, once again I'm on the Platinum Colossus. My opponent is on Platinum Sectonoid. My opponent's got the Marble Shoot. I'm going to go with a Backspin. And I land the Backspin and block my opponent. That might not have been the most action-packed roll, but with that stand, my opponent has no cards left to play and no cards left in deck. So it looks like Mono Haos is going to be the winner of the tournament. What an upset. I certainly didn't see that coming. But thank you all for watching. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more Bakugan content. And you know what? Just want to thank you all for the support. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Stay safe, everyone.